Hi, this is the Redmi Note 13 Pro, the next best phone in the new Note 13 lineup from Xiaomi. And I know you're probably busy, so let's just go. In total, for the asking price of about $350 you firstly get a well-designed phone, reminding quite a lot about the later iPhone models, however with slightly more rounded edges, making it really nice to hold. I usually prefer pretty standard looking phones myself, but this blue color that I've tested here does indeed look pretty neat. The phone also comes in a black version though, if you prefer that. Just as the rest of the outside of the phone, the screen is too fantastic, especially considering the price. It is a neat OLED panel smeared out over 6.67 inches with a high resolution of 1220 x 2712 pixels, as well as a 120Hz refresh rate. The brightness of about 500 nits with a peak brightness of a whole of 1800 nits is plenty bright for outdoor use, and in all honesty I've got zero complaints here. This screen works well and feels fantastic. So, moving on. On the inside, the phone runs the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, a perfectly decent system chip that, together with either 8 or 12GB RAM, as well as 128, 256 or 512GB storage, makes the phone works really well. Really good, actually. Sure, it's not as hardcore as the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, but again, neither is the hole the phone will make in your wallet. App starts perfectly speedy, I've experienced no real lag or choppiness, and all in all, in terms of performance, the phone is at least on par with its price, even somewhat above. Cameras, well, the only good camera, that is the main one, is also surprisingly fine. Based on Samsung's ISOCELL HP3 with its whopping 200 megapixel resolution, the camera manages to snap pretty detailed pictures with okay color representation. Indoor though, the images tends to get a little bit on the darker side, but actually still while maintaining the details relatively well. Using the high resolution, the camera also makes it possible to zoom a fair bit without losing too much quality, even though despite the lack of any actual moving parts within the lens. The wide-angle camera with its 8 megapixel resolution gives a little more boring image results, however it is fine for the occasional photo where more needs to fit into the frame. The macro lens is fine for magnifying text when you forgot your glasses, but with only 2 megapixel resolution and poor color representation, the images turns out pretty sad. Again though, the main camera does make up for these shortcomings quite a bit. Charging and battery life is also fine, with an included 67 watts fast charger in the box and about 2 days on one charge without that much fuss. Charging time is about 45 minutes for a full charge and 15 minutes to get to 50%. Fair. Instead, the only real issues I've got with this phone is firstly the amount of pre-installed apps. Stop that, it's not fun and nobody wants it. Second, Xiaomi's MIUI operating system is still a bit messy to navigate, and on several occasions it has taken me way too long to get where I wanted to go in the settings. The phone is also still running Android 13 in the background. Updates are though said to show up soon, upgrading the phone to both Android 14 as well as to the company's new Hyper OS, so hopefully some improvements will happen there. So to sum it up here, apart from the somewhat in need of an upgrade MIUI and a bunch of pre-installed nonsense, I don't really have that much to complain about regarding the Redmi Note 13 Pro. The design is nice, light, the phone only weighs 187 grams and makes the phone feel way more expensive than it actually is. Performance is fine, the screen is great, and so is basically the main camera experience too. Sure, the competition is fierce, but as long as you are willing to sometimes go into fights with the MIUI operating system, the phone actually gives you a lot of value for your money. And that is my take on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 13 Pro. Please share any thoughts or questions in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, bye!